Hey, welcome to another Anna vlog. In this episode, I want to walk you through some of my recent travels to the mountainous regions in northern Vietnam, such as Hà Giang, Sapa, Cao Bang, and Cang Chai. And yeah, I want to explain a little bit about my approach to photography, especially analog photography, during some of these trips. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Here are the timestamps for you to skip to the part you're most curious about. The Giang Loop is what I always think about when it comes to having an epic road trip. Imagine you're on a motorbike, free as a bird, feeling like you're one with the universe, and as you go through every single twist and turn, there are just jaw-dropping scenery. That was how I felt in Hà Giang. The whole time I was blown away by the scale of things, and at the same time felt so humbled by how small I was compared to everything. By the way, the Hanser recently reached out to me and asked me to do a product review. So I have been using some of the tools that they provide me to edit these photos of the Hà Giang road trip. Please let me know if I did a good job with simulating the film vibes, or if I should just stick to film photography. For the 2 days that we were there, we were constantly on our motorbike, just riding and riding and riding.
What the Sigma?
And of course, I know that it's not the best way to travel because I wasn't able to spend a lot of time at the place and just learn about things in a deeper manner, and instead I was just being out there on the road. But I guess we were somewhat really in the zone when it comes to meeting time constraint, and yeah, we didn't mind skipping some of these spots because we thought the road was so beautiful and we just wanted to keep being in it. In this trip, I was especially impressed with the scenery from the Ma Liang Pass. From the pass, if you look down, you can see the Tu San Canyon, where the Nha Quế River flows. And if you look above, you can see these cat-eared shaped peaks of the Ma Liang mountain, which were very unique. It's just really mind-boggling for me and put things into perspective. For me, this trip wasn't the most productive photography-wise because I didn't take many unique photos that others hadn't taken before, or make some kind of photos that are uniquely my style or offer some kind of new perspectives. But I was still able to capture some nice memories with my little brothers on this really fun adventure. And in a few years' time, when I look back at these photos, I'll be super nostalgic. And I think sometimes that's what photography is all about. I rate this trip 5 out of 5 buckwheat flowers. Compared to the other destinations, Sapa is probably the most popular one. It is home to the tallest mountain in Vietnam, which is the Phan Xipang Mountain, also known as the Roof of Indochina. So that is probably why it's so popular. 6 years ago, I visited this place with my friends and we had a blast doing some of the touristy stuff, like visiting the Cat Cat village or going up to the top of the Phan Xipang mountain. But this time, I was back with a more photography-focused mind. I'm in the middle of nowhere after riding this sus scooter. View is pretty nice. So let's see what kind of pictures I can take today. I'm gonna load up some Portra 400 right now. M6 with 28mm. That's the classic combo right there.
Alright, ready to shoot.
I want to document life in the villages as well as to capture the beautiful mountainous sceneries of the Hoang Liên Sơn range. So I rented a scooter and headed to the Ta Giang Phinh village. On my way, I was constantly greeted with wonderful sceneries of mountain peaks and waves of clouds. At Ta Giang Phinh village, I had a glimpse of how people were living in those places, which were very eye-opening for me. I also went to the base of the Chuva mountain and tried to take some pictures in the area.
Using the Nikon FM2 and 24mm to capture Mount Chuva.
In this photo, as you can see, I left my scooter there to create some sense of scale. I also tried to incorporate some elements like the crops to make it more interesting. It was a really fun photo session, and I was really satisfied with how the photos turned out. I rate this trip 4 out of 5 rainbow trouts. Cao Bang is a big surprise for me. It's like Ninh Bình, but on steroids. For you guys who isn't familiar with what I'm saying, Ninh Bình is a very famous tourist attraction and is very close to Hanoi. It was the first capital of Vietnam and is known to have these mazes of limestone rocks. And as I was saying, Cao Bang also had these limestone rocks, but they were much bigger. And remember what I said about feeling amazed at every single twist and turn in Ha Giang? I had the same feeling here in Cao Bang. Every time I went past a massive limestone rock, a horizon full of others was revealed. It was so pretty that I was just going and stopping every once in a while just to take pictures.
We're gonna load up on some Kodak Color Plus. Let's go.
For this trip, I didn't have a specific photo goal other than capturing the road scenes and hopefully people's lives as I passed by them. I was also hoping to see some cool landmarks as well.
What's up, bro? How you feeling? Damn, bro, mogging for real. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today we're going to the God's Eye.
God's Eye or Divine Eye or Angel's Eye Mountain are some of the most common translation for this limestone rock's name in Vietnamese, which is Núi Mắt Thần, and it is also the highlight of this trip. And as you can see, the Angel Eye Mountain is located in this hidden valley, and to get to it, you have to travel through a maze of limestone rocks.
That is one amazing view.
It's really cool because it gives this place a vibe of, of a hidden gem and makes the whole thing feels like somewhat of a treasure hunt. In the summer, the place is dried up with the whole valley walkable, but since it was the wet season, this whole place became a big lake.
That's Magic Eye Mountain for you. I ended up not taking a lot of pictures because the lighting was too harsh, and we didn't have a lot of time. Still, I'm very happy with this trip because I took a lot of good photos on the side of the road, and yeah, pretty productive photography wise.
I rate this trip 4.5 out of 5 Cao Bang rice pancakes. If you have ever been to Vietnam and used a tour guide, especially those in the north, besides the pictures of Ha Long Bay or Ninh Bình, you probably might have seen something like this. And just like you, I was also very curious to see these staircase look-alike rice fields under these mysterious sunset lights with tiny houses from afar under these like big mountains silhouettes. And I've always wanted to be there to see them for myself. Just like Sapa, Cang Chai is also situated in the Hoàng Liên Sơn range, and so it shares some of the same characteristics to its counterpart up north. So as I traveled through the mountain pass and feel all the cool breezes and see the clouds rolling up, I felt like I was in Sapa all over again. But perhaps what makes Cang Chai special are these rice terraces. Of course, you can see rice terraces everywhere in Vietnam, but I think in Cang Chai, people take rice terraces to a whole new level, and the whole identity of the place is based on these rice terraces. Everywhere you go, or all of the popular tourist spots are rice terraces. To get to some of these points, however, you need to climb very steep hills on very suspicious motos. So I recommend that you have someone ride you up if you don't have the experience. During the 2 days that we were there, we were just hopping from spots to spots, and I was trying to capture the mountainous landscape as well as the people who were living there. The other majority of the time, we were exploring these rice terraces by walking on these ledges. The gear I was using was the Leica M6 with 28mm, again classic combo, and my Nikon FM2. The 50mm 1.8 by Nikon came in really handy for me because I was able to get really close to the rice plant and capture details down to the rice grain level, which was really cool. Overall, very positive photography experience, and I was satisfied with the results. I rate this trip 4 out of 5 rice plants. So yeah, that's it for this video today. I hope you were somewhat inspired by some of my recent travels in this video, and somehow I made you want to go there and take lots of photos. If you're curious about the film simulation software, I've provided a link below where you can read about it, and if you decide to purchase the plugin for yourself, there's also a code down there that gives you 10% off, and I'll be commissioned for that 10%.
Nice.
So definitely check that out, and yeah, check me out at Utbebob, that is UTBEEBOB on Instagram for more similar photos, and I'll see you in the next video.